And joining me in the booth is John Driffel, where tonight the 3-2 Spartans will be taking on the 2-3 Calexico Bulldogs. The Spartans started out strong in their first 3 games of the year, defeating Yuma, Kofa, and Del Valle, that game in Texas, but they are kind of limping into IVL, dropping their last 2, losing to Gila Ridge in a defensive battle 10-7, and then dropping against Division II Christian up in San Diego, losing 31-28. Calexico is 2-3 coming into this game, losing to Kearney, Institutia Salvaciera out of Mexicali, Vincent Memorial, and Calipatria. Pardon, they beat Calipatria 36-0 and lost to Holtville 40-0. And we'll get some starters coming your way after this.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I am committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability, life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Fort Worth, Illinois, an American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley by our customers. Thank you. Remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro. I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down. Why is that? That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
The 2019 edition of high school football is on the air. Tonight's game on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com is brought to you by La Fonda Bar and Grill in El Centro, the CB Stop in Calexico, Hacienda Snack Bar and Catering in Brawley, Julie Oliver of Dickey Insurance Services, the Holtville Athletic Club, Stan's Auto Body in El Centro, Be Smart at Dogwood and Maine, El Centro. We're just about ready for the kickoff, so let's go out to the field live with Carol Buckley and John Driffel.
Back now at Ward Field as the Calexico Marching Band wraps up the National Anthem Senior Night for Calexico tonight. But let's get you some starting lineups for the Spartans. Starting the quarterback, of course, is the senior Dinero Osuna. In the backfield, he'll be giving it to a combo of Jonathan Medina and Carlos Gomez. Also expect some Fernando Morales and Isaiah Nava Esparza to see a lot of carries. Juan Dominguez and Michael Sullivan, the main pass catchers in the Spartan offense. On the offensive line, for the Spartans, you've got number 76, the right tackle Rick Luna. At right guard is Andrew Velasquez. At center, Dominic Celaya. At left guard is Chris Carlin. And at left tackle, you've got Joseph Hargrave. Starting on the Spartan defense, the outside linebackers Zeke Osuna and Joseph Denton, and then the two defensive linemen Carlos Hernandez and Nathan Santana. Defensive backs, you've got Angel Ortiz and Eric Moreno working as the corners. Eric Garcia, Michael Sullivan, and Jonathan Medina are patrolling that backfield as the safeties, and Angel Nava Esparza and Elias Dominguez will be running the linebacker roles. We'll look at the Bulldogs starting offense and defense when we return.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro. No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, R&K Air Conditioning has it. From complete 10-star cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make R&K Air Conditioning your first and only call for your cooling needs. Call 760-353-7570 or find us online at rkair.net. 10-star quality you can feel.
Back here in Calexico, let's get the Bulldogs starting lineups at quarterback. They've got the junior Cesar Luna in the backfield, Jorge Burgos, and number 27 is Chris Gonzalez. Javier Contreras also be getting some carries. Their pass catchers is Jaime Castro, Diego Zatarain, and Herman Perez. On the offensive line for the Bulldogs, they've got Nick Flores at left tackle, left guard is Albert Torres, center Kevin Flores, at right guard Sunshine Soltero, and at right tackle you've got Ryan Noriega. The defensive line for the Bulldogs, Sunshine Soltero going both ways, as is Kevin Flores and Albert Torres. The linebacking core for the Bulldogs, number 31 is Diego Zatarain, Herman Perez, Jaime Castro, and Chris Gonzalez. This is a Bulldog team that has a lot of players going both ways. Jorge Burgos and Ricardo De La Hoya will be running quarterbacks, and Javier Contreras and Frank Rosales are your safety. So John Driffel in the booth with me tonight. John, we were talking about it. This is a very, very nice facility that the Bulldogs have here.
Right, brand new, just opened last year, and they've done a great job. All-purpose track now. They've got new stands across the way. The aluminum stands, new aluminum stands here. They've redone the football field on the site here, but also they've redone the baseball field right behind us. So it's an impressive facility they have here, and one well-deserved. Calexico for a lot of years was kind of lagging behind in getting their facilities, bonds, and stuff passed. John Moreno and Vic Carrillo do a great job calling the Calexico games, and John's going to be our halftime guest, so he could fill us in on all the particulars about the renovations and what's been done here, and it's just very impressive.
I understand you got some stats for us about both of these teams. Let's hear about the Bulldogs first.
Yeah, interesting. You've got Centro comes in at 3-2, Calexico 2-3. Centro on a 2-game losing streak. Calexico, they've been on and off. They lost the first game, won the second, lost the third, won the fourth, lost the fifth. So if that keeps up, that means they're ready to win the sixth here. But I'm sure Central will have something to do with that. They do have their starting quarterback, Senior Luna, back. He missed the last 2 games out with injury. Overall, in the first 3 games, he's 13 for 31 for 140 yards. Jorge Burgos and Diego Zatarain are the main forces on running the football. Burgos has 198 yards on 30 carries. Zatarain, 135 yards only on 9 carries. You'd expect to see him on sweeps and reverses and that kind of thing. And Diego does have the touchdown.
Well, we've got the captain going out for the coin toss. Captains for the Bulldogs is number 58, Sunshine Soltero. You've got the quarterback, Cesar Luna, and Diego Zatarain, as well as Javier Contreras. For the Spartan, it is Dinero Osuna, the starting quarterback, as well as Jonathan Medina, who is one of the ball carriers. It's a north to south field, one of, I believe, just 2 north to south running fields in the valley. It's this one and Imperial, as the captains are awaiting the coin toss.
And this is the crew with J.J. Jackson as the head official, the lead ref. First time we've seen them here for Central, but they obviously do games throughout the valley. So perhaps you've seen them with Imperial sometime earlier in the season. They finally got the coin tossed up in the air.
About 6 minutes away from kickoff. Here's Calexico has won the toss.
Beautiful night for football. Absolutely no wind.
no wind, not really hot, no real heat to worry about. As, in fact, the Spartans won the toss. They have deferred. So Calexico will be starting off with the football. The Spartans will be defending the north side of the field. So Calexico will be receiving to start the first half. We'll have that opening kickoff and more right after this.
Ray at Dermot's Floor Covering would like to take this opportunity to say thank you, Imperial Valley, for your patronage. Dermot's Floor Covering has been in business since 1978, working hard to satisfy customers with exceptional products and outstanding service. They're doing something right at Dermot's Floor Covering, so if you're looking to replace your flooring, stop by Dermot's Floor Covering and see the latest styles from the Shaw Floor Gallery, a gallery that will inspire you. Dermot's also offers free estimates valley-wide. Stop by 220 North J Street in Imperial.
The 2019 edition of high school football is on the air. Tonight's game on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com is brought to you by La Fonda Bar and Grill in El Centro, the CB Stop in Calexico, Hacienda Snack Bar and Catering in Brawley, Julie Oliver of Dickey Insurance Services, the Holtville Athletic Club, Stan's Auto Body in El Centro, Be Smart at Dogwood and Maine El Centro. We're just about ready for the kickoff, so let's go out to the field live with Carol Buckley and John Driffel.
Back now in Calexico, doing the kickoff duties for the Spartans is Jose Berlin Torres, and a fairly good kicker. Back deep to receive for the Bulldogs is Joshua Campos.
Yeah, Berlin Torres has kicked off 23 times and 17 touchbacks. That's an amazing stat when you start the other team on the 20-yard line every possession after scoring. That's just an amazing stat. Contrast, the kicker for Calexico has not had a touchback all year.
This is a talented Spartan defense. They did not allow a point during the first two games of the season. They shut out both Yuma and Kofa. As Berlin Torres is awaiting the signal to go ahead and kick. The Spartans have traveled well, at least their fan base has, seeing that visiting bleachers filled pretty much to the brim, and they bought the majority of the Great Spartan Band with them as well, so they're hoping to add an extra noise factor, hopefully, for that Spartan defense.
Central has traveled well. It's 12 miles down here, but they're full across the way. Anticipating the opening here of the 2019 IVL season.
Other games happening around the valley. Imperial and Brawley were doing that rivalry. They're going to get that to start IVL. Nikki Dale and George Alva are covering that game as that kick goes into the end zone for Berlin Torres. Calexico will bring their offense out to the 20-yard line. As you mentioned, Cesar Luna in his first game back, been dealing with some injuries this year, but he is now back and leading the Bulldog offense.
As we've seen all year long, Torres opens the game by putting the ball 5 yards deep in the end zone. High school automatic touchback. You cannot return the ball once it goes across the plane of the end zone. Looks like Javier Contreras coming in with the play from the side along with Cesar Luna. Luna junior, but he started last year as a sophomore, so he is an experienced quarterback here at Calexico.
Luna now leads the Bulldog offense out in the gun spread offense, as most high schools you will see. Two receivers to either side. Takes the snap, going to be a quick pass, throws a slant, and it is incomplete. Look at the direction of Herman Perez. Just could not hold on to it. It'll be 2nd and 10 for the Bulldogs.
And that play right there is a succession of John Tyree, 79-year-old John Tyree, who's been running the option, the wishbone veer, and this year he's gone ahead and kind of succumbed, and he's got the spread formation out there. But his quarterback can run this spread formation.
Chris Gonzalez is the lone back in the backfield for the Bulldogs. And they're going to utilize some motion here as the handoff is to Gonzalez. He's going to push forward. He's going to pick up some good yardage. He's going to pick up right around 8, slicing through the middle of that Spartan defense.
Excellent blocking by the interior line of the Calexico Bulldogs. Opened a big hole. Gonzalez just followed it through, bringing up a very makeable now 3rd and 2.
Elias Dominguez, the senior linebacker, the one to finally bring him down. And comes out in the spread offense for motion as he's going to about to hand it off, but there are penalty flags on the play.
Yeah, I believe Central jumped offside, so that will give Calexico the initial first down.
Exactly what the call is, so 5 yards. And it's now 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 34-yard line. Pretty much exactly what you can hope for if you're the Bulldog offense, is trying to draw that defense offside, playing some mind games with the count. Gonzalez is still the load back for the Bulldogs. Spread offense. Takes a snap, hit the gun. He's looking to pass, not finding a lot of room. He's under pressure now, rolling to his left, but he's got some space, and he is going to pick up the first down and more, pushed out of bounds at the Calexico side of the 49-yard line. That's some great running there by the quarterback, Cesar Luna.
Yeah, again, Luna saw that he had no receivers open, 5 out receiving routes, and he just took off running. There was no containment on the left side of the offense. Took it out to the 49-yard line, a nice pickup of 16 yards on his first carry.
Takes the snap, and he's going to throw that quick slant again, and it's incomplete into a lot of traffic. He was trying to find Jorge Burgos, but just nobody there. Joseph Denton, the defensive lineman, was able to get in the face of the receiver.
Denton, his father, the line coach, offense and defense for the Spartans, has trained his son and all the other linemen that when the quarterback throws to put the arms up in the air, see if they can deflect or bat something down, and that's exactly what Denton did that time.
Mexico State's intent on passing on this first drive. Already 3 attempts for Luna. As another man comes in motion, and more movement on the defensive line.
Yeah, this will be interesting to see if the tackle, he did not. He just took the hit, so another offside. So Central not off to a very auspicious start. That'll cross midfield now, and Calexico right up on the line of scrimmage. They're going to run the same play they called.
2nd and 5 now for the Bulldogs. They'll take the snap, give it to Gonzalez right up the middle, but he's going to run into that Spartan defense who pushes him way back. Making the stop with Angel Nava Esparza, who drove him to the ground. Gain of about a yard on the play. Make it 3rd and about 5.
But because of that offside, this does bring up a more makeable 3rd and 5. And it looks like they assessed a penalty. I'm not sure. It's going to be 2nd down again. I did not see the call, but it would have to be motion. So it's going to be 2nd now and 10.
To me, I didn't see any flags thrown, but they will replay 2nd down now.
So each team is given back the 5 yards.
So 2nd and 10, more motion. As it looks like it's going to be the option pitch to the left side, but it's read well by the Spartan defense. Nava Esparza there, bringing down Diego Zaparedes, who was the pitch man. Loss of about 2 yards. It makes it 3rd and 12 for the Bulldogs.
As we've called all year, excellent defense by Nava Esparza. He read the play. His assignment was the pitch man, and as soon as Cesar Luna knew he had to get rid of the football, Nava Esparza had him lined up and brought him down for a 3-yard loss.
So 3rd and 13 for the Bulldogs. They'll come out with the same offense they have run thus far on this drive. 4 receivers set. Takes the snap. He's going to try to throw it deep. Pumps a little bit, but he's going to throw incomplete. He was looking for Jaime Castillo, but it was Michael Sullivan knocking it away. Brings up 4th and 13 for the Bulldogs.
We certainly would expect to see our first punt of the night. Eugenio Javier Contreras is the punter. Eugenio is the one that kicks off for them.
Back deep to field the punt for the Spartans. That is Juan Dominguez. And he bobbles the snap, and he's not going to be able to get it off. And the Spartans are going to get great field position, as they will get it well inside Bulldog territory, but there is an injured Bulldog, as they're going to go ahead and help him up. The punter just could not get the punt off, and so Central will take over 1st and 10 at the Calexico 39-yard line. Check out the 34-yard.
Unfortunately, that's going to be a loss of 13. It must count as a rushing attempt. So after two very good 8 and 16-yard attempts, now Calexico, the last two have been for negative 16 yards.
So Dinero Osuna now comes to the line for the Spartans. And he'll take the snap in the gun. He's going to throw quickly, and it's caught by Sullivan. Sullivan inside the 20, past the 10. It's going to be a first and goal for the Spartans. As a quick little pass to Michael Sullivan, but Sullivan is down. And the Spartan trainers will come to look to him.
Sullivan very important to the Spartan team, both offensively and defensively. Let's hope that it's nothing serious. He may have, landed on the football as he was trying to stretch himself out, get that extra yard.
We'll take a break with 9:58 remaining in the first quarter. It is still tied 0-0.
When you're hungry and you want delicious home-style cookies, there are two locations in the Imperial Valley that have the best. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley, open 7 days a week, 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including ribeye steak, liver and onions, and meatloaf every Tuesday. The original Town Pump in Westmorland is open 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're closed Monday. Brownie's Diner in Brawley and the original employees at Westmorland and Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
At Tyler Insurance, we're proud to have served Imperial Valley's businesses and families since 1921. Now, as part of Gallagher, we're committed to bringing you the same team and exceptional service with expanded offerings in insurance, risk management, and consulting services. Together, we're dedicated to helping your business and your community face their future with confidence. Visit ajg.com/Tyler to learn more about our new partnership with Gallagher.
Back now at Ward Field as Michael Sullivan is walking off under his own power, thankfully. And so the Spartans will have to replace him in both the offensive and defensive lineup. As you mentioned, a very important piece to this Spartans team. But it is first and goal for the Spartans at the 7-yard line of the Bulldogs. It's the pistol now. Moving to the right is Jonathan Medina. Takes the snap from the gun. He's going to throw to his left side, and it is caught for the touchdown Spartan. And making the catch for the Spartans is Isaiah Perez, the senior, in the corner of the end zone, able to haul it in to make it 6-0. And that missed punt by the Bulldogs going to end up costing them as the Spartans score in just 2 plays.
Isaiah Perez ran a crossing route. Nice pass. Obviously, perfect. Touchdown.
And penalty flag on the extra point attempt. Offsides against the Bulldogs, so move them up about half a yard as Berlin Torres will attempt the extra point. So 2 quick passes from Dinero Osuna is all the Spartans needed to take the lead in this game with 9:51 remaining in the first quarter. Berlin Torres' extra point attempt is good. So with 9:51 remaining in the first quarter, the Spartans lead 7-0.
When you crave Mexican food, are you not sure where to go? I'll give you a suggestion. La Fonda Bar and Grill. Yes, the Camacho family is still doing it right with freshly made Mexican food. From enchiladas to special quesadillas, and everything is handmade. And of course, Miss Camacho, she still comes in to make sure everybody's favorite chili rellenos are there. La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro. Open Wednesday through Monday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
AM 1230, KXO El Centro.
So a short 2-play, 34-yard drive for the Spartans as 2 completions from Dinero Osuna gives them a 7-0 lead over the Calexico Bulldogs here in the first quarter with 9:51 remaining. Jose Berlin Torres on down to kick it away as Joshua Campos awaits for the Bulldogs. And it's going to be fielded by Campos, but he muffed it. He's going to have to recover, and not going to get a lot of space to return this ball, and it's great coverage by the Spartans. He's down. He doesn't even get past the 10-yard line. And playing great coverage on that special teams unit is Angel Ortiz. Great job by him covering for the Spartan kickoff team.
Yeah, Berlin Torres that time kicked a knuckleball. I'm not sure if he did it on purpose, but it was tough to handle. As you mentioned, the return man actually dropped it on the 4-yard line, and by the time he picked it up, there was a whole host of Spartans down there, and they ran him down short of the 10. We're going to call it 1st and 10 from the 9-yard line.
So 1st and 10 from the 9. That's where Cesar Luna will lead this Bulldog offense out again. Actually got some movement going there, but just throws out. He'll throw a quick slant at an incomplete. He was looking the direction of Javier Contreras, but could not make it. He was making it by his defender.
Contrasting quarterback so far. Osuna 2 for 2 with a touchdown. On the other side, Cesar Luna 0 for 4.
Calexico is trying to air the ball out and start this game, but obviously not having much success. Chris Gonzalez is the back. Jorge Burgos is one of those motion men. And it's a low snap, and Cesar Luna just gets crushed in the backfield, tried to keep it, but Spartan defenders were in there before he could get out. That's going to bring up 3rd and long for the Bulldogs. Zeke Osuna, defensive end, got in there quickly for the Spartans.
And that is Dinero Osuna's cousin, meaning Zeke. So now, brings up, as you said, 3rd and 14. Dangerous situation here for the Bulldogs.
Shadow of the end zone at Luna's back. Takes the snap, and he's just going to hand it off to Gonzalez. Trying to avoid any sort of damage, and he'll take it maybe to 10 yards. Well short of the first down marker. And the Bulldogs will punt.
After 4 straight negative yard plays, very good for Calexico to just run it right up the middle, get 5 positive yards. They do now have to kick from their own end zone. Let's see if Javier Contreras can get a little better snap and get a handle on the ball and get this kickoff.
Juan Dominguez back deep to receive for the Spartans. As Contreras does get the punt off this time, but it's not going to be a very good one, but it does take a Calexico bounce right out at about the Calexico 39-yard line, and that's where Sarah Osuna will lead his Spartans out once again, and once again with very good field position.
So far, Calexico is doing everything you don't want to do. A bad punt on the first possession. Now here a short 29-yard punt, giving Central a shorter field. As they're right up on the line of scrimmage, all teams nowadays seem to just want to get the ball and hike it as soon as they can, and that's Central. They're ready to go.
Jonathan Medina is the back. He's to the left of Dinero Osuna. He'll take the snap. Osuna's going to throw for the 3rd time tonight, and he's trying to get away, and he's going to throw it. He's going to find an open man who's going to get close to the first down marker. That's Juan Dominguez making the reception, picking up about 7. Bring up 2nd and 3 for the Spartans.
Yes, Dominguez getting his first catch of the evening.
Score updates for you. Holtville beating Southwest of San Diego 14-0. As Palo Verde is beating Southwest 6-0. 2nd and 3 for the Spartans. And they're going to pass for the 4th consecutive time. He's going to throw. He's going to find Dominguez with space. He's getting the first down, passing the 15-yard line. In past the 10-yard line. It's going to be 1st and goal for the Spartans on a quick little slant to Juan Dominguez, who turns it into more. As the Spartans continue to run that hurry-up offense. So 1st and goal now from the 7-yard line. Spartan offense move quickly as Dinero Osuna is going to pass yet again. He's going to throw incomplete. Trying to find a slam, but was on the run and could not complete it. Jorge Burgos was playing coverage for the Bulldogs. Make it 2nd and goal from the 7. It's been all pass plays to start for the Spartan offense. Jonathan Medina is the back, and they're going to pass it yet again. He's going to throw, and it's caught, but he is going to be stopped well short of the goal line. Making that catch for the Spartans was Fernando Morales. It'll be 3rd and goal at about the 4-yard line.
Morales getting his first catch of the evening. There is a timeout by the Bulldogs.
So the Bulldogs take a timeout with 7:11 remaining in the first quarter. The Central Spartans lead 7-0.
Ray at Dermis Floor Covering would like to take this opportunity to say thank you, Imperial Valley, for your patronage. Dermis Floor Covering has been in business since 1978, working hard to satisfy customers with exceptional products and outstanding service. They're doing something right at Dermis Floor Covering, so if you're looking to replace your flooring, stop by Dermis Floor Covering and see the latest styles from the Shaw Floor Gallery, a gallery that will inspire you. Dermis also offers free estimates valley-wide. Stop by 220 North J Street in Imperial. No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, R&K Air Conditioning has it. From complete 10-star cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make R&K Air Conditioning your first and only call for your cooling needs. Call 760-353-7570 or find us online at rkair.net. 10-star quality you can feel.
Back now in Calexico, 7:11 remaining in the first quarter. It is 3rd down and goal from the 3-yard line for the Spartans. They'll come running through the line. Brawley has taken a 3-0 lead over Imperial in the first quarter. As they're going to hand it to Medina, and he is into the end zone. Touchdown for the Spartans. No, that is Isaiah Nava and Barza getting the 3-yard rushing touchdown for Centro.
Nava Barza seems to get the ball in between the 10-yard line and the goal line many times for the Spartans the last 2 years. Nothing different here, full power, and he just pushed the pack into the end zone, got the call. So second touchdown of the evening, 7:07 to go.
And the high-paced offense of the Central Spartans getting the best of Calexico right now with a 2-score lead. Berlin Torres' extra point attempt is good. And with 7:07 remaining in the first quarter, the Central Spartans lead 14-0.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 for a dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite. With 3 locations in the valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. 1531 Ford Drive next to Foods for Less in El Centro. And 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y sopes. The real deal.
Back now in Calexico, an update on that. That was a 5-play, 39-yard drive, 4 passing attempts, just 1 rushing attempt, and it ended with a 3-yard touchdown run by Isaiah Nava and Barza. Second drive of the game. 2 drives so far for the Central Spartans, both ending in touchdowns as Berlin Torres kicks it away for the Spartans, and it will go into the end zone for a touchback. And Cesar Luna will lead the Bulldogs out yet again for the 3rd drive of the game for Calexico. This time starting at his own 20-yard line.
One of the problems with the spread and the hurry-up offense is if you get in a position where you're trailing, then the other team gets a whole lot of possessions. Right now, we've only run not even 6 minutes off the clock yet, and already down by 2 scores. So let's see if Calexico tries to at least run some time off the clock, keep the ball away from Central.
Southwest is now beating Palo Verde 7-6. That's in the first quarter. 1st and 10 for Calexico. In the spread set, man in motion. They're going to turn and hand it to Chris Gonzalez right up the middle, bounces off his own man, pushing forward. He's going to get a pick a little bit decent gain of about 5 before being brought down by Elias Dominguez.
Excellent run by Gonzalez as there was nothing there, and he actually bounced off the pile and then got wrapped up and carried the 2 would-be tacklers for about another 3 yards.
Calexico did get some decent yardage on their first play, albeit through help with some Spartan defensive penalties. As they'll have another man in motion, and it's now going to be the option pitch out to Diego Zatarain, but nowhere to go. The Spartans have covered up that pitch very well. It's a loss of 2 yards on the play. Second 3 yards, it'll be 3rd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
Unfortunately, that time the pitch was a little bit slow in coming, and by that time there's already penetration. So now Calexico faces 3rd and long.
3rd and 7.
Herman Perez coming in, probably with the play, and he's given it to Luna, who's called in the huddle, and they're up on the line now.
Takes the snap, no motion. This time he's going to roll to his right. Under pressure, throws it well over the head of the intended receiver, Javier Contreras. And it's going to be 4th and 7 for the Bulldogs. And the punt unit will come out. 3 straight drives, 3 straight punts for Calexico.
And that was, I believe, a design throw by Luna. He saw that his receiver was covered, double covered actually, so he just threw the ball where nobody could catch it. So nice heads-up play by Luna, albeit it does stop the clock.
Juan Dominguez, the punt returner, he had the nice long catch on that last drive for the Spartans. Spartans have had great field position inside Calexico territory on all of their drives thus far. As Dominguez comes under this one, he's not going to return it, and this drive will not start in Calexico territory. Instead, it'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans at their own 44 yards. So it's not been the start that the Calexico Bulldogs have wanted. They've had 3 offensive possessions. And except for that first one, they have not gotten much traction going. And Spartans, on the other hand, have had 2 offensive possessions and have had 2 touchdowns.
Because Central's had the short field, they've actually only gotten 2 first downs.
So 1st and 10 for the Spartans at their own 44-yard line. Jonathan Medina is the back right to the right of the narrows. So he's got 3 receivers to his left. They will pass. He's looking at his left. He's going to throw it. He's got a wide open man well past the first down marker and struggling to go down, but making the catch is that's Isaiah Perez, his second catch of the game after the touchdown catch, well inside Bulldog territory. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the Calexico 37-yard line.
Second catch for Isaiah Perez. He's having a big first quarter.
1st and 10, 3 receivers to Osuna's left. And it's another passing play. He's going to throw it to his left, and he's got an open man, wide open, running into the end zone for the touchdown. That is Fernando Morales, who just ran a little corner route and was wide open at the numbers and turned it upfield for an easy score. 37 yards.
So now we have, again, another quick 2-play drive for the Spartans. They pick up a couple first downs.
It's a very efficient offense, to say the least, in the first 3 drives of this game. As Berlin Torres on to kick another extra point, his 3rd of the game. And he is 3 for 3. So with 5:07 remaining in the first quarter, the Central Spartans lead 21-0.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Back now at Ward Field in Calexico, the Central Spartans with a 2-play, 47-yard drive put themselves in the end zone to give them a 3-score lead over the Calexico Bulldogs. Jose Berlin Torres is readying the ball to kick it away, as this game has been all Spartans so far. Made a couple of mental mistakes there on that first Calexico drive, a couple of offside penalties, but at this point, they have been the closest thing to perfect as you can be on a football field. Berlin Torres has been given the okay to kick it away, and that's exactly what he does, as that one will go into the end zone for a touchback. And for the second consecutive drive, Calexico will start at their own 20-yard line. Isaiah Perez has been a big part of this Spartan offense to start this game. Just 2 catches, but both have been for good yardage, or obviously that first touchdown of the game. But let's see if the Bulldogs get something going. But before they do that, there is a timeout on the field called by the Bulldogs. So with 5:07 remaining in this first quarter, it is still 21-0. 1-0.
Ray at Dermis Floor Covering would like to take this opportunity to say thank you, Imperial Valley, for your patronage. Dermis Floor Covering has been in business since 1978, working hard to satisfy customers with exceptional products and outstanding service. They're doing something right at Dermis Floor Covering, so if you're looking to replace your flooring, stop by Dermis Floor Covering and see the latest styles from the shop or gallery, a gallery that will inspire you. Dermis also offers free estimates valley-wide. Stop by 220 North J Street in Imperial.
I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down.
Why is that?
That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
Back now at Warfield in Calexico, the Bulldog offense coming back onto the field, calling a timeout right before they start their drive. That's the second called timeout of the first half for the Bulldogs.
Coach Tyree is trying to get a little calm presence reinserted here to his team, get them a little bit settled down, see if they can get some first down.
Motion in the backfield. They're going to turn it handed to Gonzalez right up the middle, but he's not going to gain much yardage as the Spartan defense closes on him quickly. Give him maybe 2 yards to make it 2nd and 8 for the Bulldogs.
We've just had the game clock tick down with under 5 minutes to go, so Central obviously 3 touchdowns in 7 minutes of game time. That's a pretty good clip. So Calexico, I look to see if they're going to try to run some time off the clock, do some possession here.
He's now going to hand it again to Gonzalez. He's going to find some more yardage there, but not a ton, maybe another 3 yards. That's going to bring up 3rd and 4 for Calexico. Just some hard-nosed football so far from the Calexico Bulldog offense. No real big plays have been had.
The most successful play the Calexico's had here in the first quarter was when Luna actually kept it on a busted pass attempt and ran it for 16 yards and a first down.
Spartan defense has cleaned up their actions that first possession. So 3rd and 4. And they're going to hand it for a 3rd consecutive time to Gonzalez. And he's going to fight forward.
And he should get the first down on 2nd, 3rd, and 4th effort.
The initial mark is that he does have a first down, and that's exactly what they're going to mark it. 1st and 10 for Calexico, right at that 30-yard line.
Let's credit Chris Gonzalez with that first down. He earned it because he is the one that pushed that pile forward. He was actually stood up at the 28 and just kept driving and pushed the pile forward and got the first down. A much-needed first down for the Bulldogs here.
5'11", 200-pound senior pushing the pile to get the first down for Calexico. So 1st and 10, and they're going to fake to Gonzalez. They're going to run that pitch, but the Spartans read it perfectly. Getting into the backfield is Zeke Osuna, and they have that little option, that shovel option wrapped up very well to start this game.
And that's probably why Gonzalez has had some success running up the middle. Central obviously is aware of Burgos. He's a young man who has not had a lot of carries, but he's averaged about 19 yards. He usually does some kind of reverse, or that time it was a counter, and Central was all over it. So I don't think we'll see Calexico run that play again anytime soon.
Awesome 5 on the play. 2nd and 15 now for Calexico. From the gun, Luna takes the snap. He's looking to pass another quick slant. He's going to throw incomplete. He was trying to find Javier Contreras, but playing good coverage with Eric Moreno for the Spartans. Going to bring up 3rd and 15 now for the Bulldogs.
Moreno did a very nice job of reaching in and knocking the ball away. Perfectly legal, had no hand around the waist or the shoulder pads or anything.
Holtville now with a 28-0 lead over Southwest of San Diego. Vincent Memorial and Sweetwater are tied 0-0 in the second quarter. So 3rd and long for the Calexico offense. We're trying to get anything going. And they're now going to run this pitch, and it's going to pick up maybe about 5 for Jaime Castro. No, that's Jorge Burgos, who came around in motion behind the quarterback and picked up exactly 5 to bring up 4th and 10 at the 30 for Calexico, and the punting unit will come on.
So Calexico was able to burn up a little bit of the clock as it's going to be under 2 minutes soon. We get this kick away.
Eugenio Fernandez coming in to punt yet again for the Bulldogs. Juan Dominguez back deep. Gets the punt off cleanly, but it goes out of bounds.
It hit the side of his foot and actually barely carried past what would have been the first down marker. Let's see where they're going to spot it because it did go out of bounds.
Not a great punt. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans inside Calexico territory yet again, right at the 38-yard line. That's where Dinero Osuna and the Spartan offense that has yet to be stopped by Calexico will take over. 3 possessions, 3 touchdowns. Now coming out for their 4th.
7 for 8 on the evening is Osuna.
He's going to pass yet again for the 9th time. Escapes pressure, but he can't escape it forever. He is brought down. Sunshine Soldero making the sack for the Bulldogs. That's going to be a loss of about 4 yards to make it 2nd and 14 for the Spartans.
That is only the second rushing attempt here in the first quarter by the Spartans. It's actually a sack. So they have only run the ball 1 time from scrimmage, and they picked up a touchdown when they did it.
The 2nd and 14, they're going to pass yet again a quick little throw out to Juan Dominguez, and he's got blockers in front of him, and he's going to pick up some nice yardage. He's going to get the first down and more. They can't bring him down inside the 15. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Spartans at the Calexico 13-yard line. Great little quick pass to Juan Dominguez, a great down block by Fernando Morales, and that really opened that play up. Yardage for the Spartans.
28 yards to be exact. Dominguez makes his 3rd catch of the early going.
They're going to pass yet again a little quick slant, and it's intercepted. A great read for the Calexico Bulldogs, and making that intercepted is Armand Perez. He read that play perfect.
First turnover here of the evening, and Osuna that time just had pilot fixation. He was looking at the receiver from the time the ball was snapped, and alertly the Calexico back was able to look in the backfield, see Osuna's eyes, and stepped right in front of the pass. All he had to do was make sure he caught it.
The first real misfire of the game we've seen from Dinero Osuna, so it'll be 1st and 10 Calexico at the 9-yard line.
The 8 for 10 is Osuna with 1 completion to the other side. Once again, Calexico starting deep in their own territory, their own 9-yard line.
Chris Gonzalez, the lone back, has more motion. They're going to hand it to Gonzalez right up the middle, but they stuff him well short of any sort of gain. The majority of the Spartan defensive line getting in there. They like to blitz this Spartan defense, and it's working well to neutralize this Calexico runoff.
Calexico's had 13 rushing attempts, which if you extrapolate them out over the course of a game, that's 52. That's a lot. On the other hand, Central's got 2. One of those was a sack.
So 2nd and about 9 for the Bulldogs. They're going to hand it to Gonzalez yet again. He's going to break some tackles. He's going to pick up the first down and more, running away from Spartan defenders. He's brought down at the 30-yard line before Angel Navas Barca brings him down. And a great game for the Bulldog offense, and he's down at the 31-yard line.
21-yard pickup for Gonzalez, as that may be the final play. Calexico's hulling up now with under 10 seconds to go, so they may go ahead and let the clock expire here for the first quarter.
That is exactly what they are going to do. At the end of 1 quarter of play, it's been all Spartans so far. 21-0. We'll have the second quarter when we return.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, an American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or be the office for your next party with their giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs for only $6. Yes, McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
Second quarter about to start here in Calexico. Calexico has the football, and they got a nice 21-yard pickup out of their running back, Chris Gonzalez. They get first and 10 at their own 31-yard line against the Central Park. As a penalty flag, it's going to be false start against the Bulldogs, so they had some momentum, but that flag is going to put a damper on it.
That is the classic false start, Dylan, as their wideout was about 12 yards down the line of scrimmage, and everybody on his team was still waiting to get the snap.
Still don't make it first and 15 now from the 26-yard line. He's going to throw it quickly over the top, and it's caught. A great turnaround catch and breaking tackle for the Bulldogs. That is Jorge Burgos, and it's going to be a first down for Calexico down at the 47-yard line for the Bulldogs.
21-yard pitch and catch, first completion of the night on the 7th attempt by Luna. And he actually threw what they say on TV, that back shoulder pass that Burgos turned around, adjusted. Many of these players are playing their third year of varsity football for the Bulldogs. Burgos is one of them, started the last 2 years, as has Gonzalez and Luna.
So first and 10 at the 47-yard line, threatening to cross midfield. Luna's going to take the snap. They're not going to pass. He's under pressure. He's going to throw this ball up deep into double coverage, and it's incomplete. Two receivers in the area, but two defenders in the area as well, as he was trying to force it to Herman Perez, but it's incomplete. Second and 10 for the Bulldogs.
Navis Barca was applying pressure to Burgos, as was Zico Suna. So he threw it out there to where the play was designed to go, and actually the Central defenders had a much better chance to make the catch.
So, second and 10, Herman Perez comes off the field. The Bulldogs have found some success passing the football, but they're going to turn and give it to Gonzalez. No, it's a keeper from the quarterback, and he's going to keep it himself, not going to get the pitch. The Spartans were fooled by that. He's going to give him about 5. Great job by Cesar Luna realizing that the Spartans have had that pitch covered up very well. He decided to tuck it and run himself. It'll be 3rd and 5 at the Spartans 47-yard line.
Yeah, Luna did a great job of faking the pitch, and that drew the entire momentum of the Central pursuit. And once he did that, he cut behind it, picked up 6 big yards, bringing up 3rd and 4th.
So 3rd and 4 for the Bulldogs. They bring a man in motion. They're going to hand it to Gonzalez up the middle, give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 4th and a long 3 for the Bulldogs, but they're going to keep the offense out there.
Yeah, you certainly see trailing 21-0, but at the same time, if you don't get this, you've given Central for the 4th time another short field.
It'll actually be one of the longer fields Central has faced in this game. It would be their second possession starting not in Calexico territory. Luna's going to fake to Gonzalez, keep it himself, but the Spartans have it covered perfectly. Leading the charge is Angel Naval Barca. It's a turnover on downs for the Bulldogs.
Yeah, it wasn't going to count anyway. There was already a flag down because they had 2 players in motion. So you run the play, and Central takes the loss of, it looks like the 2-yard loss on the attempt. So now Central will start, as you mentioned, the second time in their own territory, but it's still on the 48-yard line.
Good position for the Spartans as Osuna comes back out after throwing an interception on his last possession to Herman Perez. Was just looking down his receiver throwing that slant, but Perez read it perfectly. We'll see what the game plan is now as Jonathan Medina is still the back for the Spartans. Man in motion is Morales. Morales will get the football running to his right. He's got some blockers in front of him, space and some good speed. He's going to pick up about 8. before being brought down out of bounds.
And we've got a late hit over there across the way as Morales was out of bounds, and then they kind of grabbed him and threw him down, which is going to give 15 more yards after Morales picked up about 7. There's the call by the official.
Herman Perez, who looked like he made the tackle at the sideline. So 1st and 10 for the Spartans deep in Calexico territory. Finally stopped that football at the 28-yard line of Calexico. So the Spartans now find themselves in familiar territory, which is deep in Calexico territory. Osuna in the gun, Medina to his right, 3 receivers to his left. Osuna's going to throw this ball over the middle, and it's caught. The pass brought him to the ground, but making the catch was Isaiah Nava-Esparza, picking up 15 and a Spartan first down.
And Isaiah, of course, is the younger brother, sophomore, Nava-Esparza.
Spartans continue to run this no-huddle offense. 1st and 10 inside the Calexico 20-yard line. Osuna will pass, but he's under pressure now, rolling to his right, looking for a receiver. He's open. He's going to throw. Touchdown, Spartans. And making a tremendous catch is Fernando Morales. His 2nd touchdown of the game, and the Spartans now lead 27-0 with the extra point coming.
And except for that one little pass interception, Osuna's having a tremendous first half here, and we still have 9 minutes to go in this second quarter.
Some score updates. Brawley now leads Imperial 9-0. Southwest 14-12 over Palo Verde. Holtville 34-0 over Southwest of San Diego. Vincent and Sweetwater 2-0 as Berlin Torres extra point is good. And Calapat leads Kofa 14-12 with 9:13 remaining in the second quarter. The Spartans lead 28-0.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they give and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
The recap of that drive: 3 plays, 52 yards, and it ends with a touchdown from Dinero Osuna to Fernando Morales. 2 passes, 1 rushing, and Dinero Osuna was 2 for 2. It's a very short drive for the Spartan offense as they lead 28-0, and there's still almost 10 minutes left on the clock here in this second quarter. As Jose Berlin Torres tees up the football, gets ready to kick it away, but mentioned it before the break. Vincent over Sweetwater, 2-0. Got a baseball game going on there. And it seems like they're enforcing a 15-yard penalty
that we had on the PAT tip. The Calexico player came through and bumped into Berlin Torres. He would say he didn't hit him hard enough to get a penalty, but the officials thought that he did, so they threw the flag. And Centro will now kick off from the 45, which Torres, you don't need to give him 15 yards to put it in the end zone. He might try to kick it through the uprights here.
I'm willing to assume this is going to be a touchback, but Berlin Torres may just prove me wrong here.
Yeah, they could squib it.
Yep. But nope, he's going to kick this ball, and it through the uprights. They're not going to give him any points for it, but it's still 28-0 Spartans, and it'll be a touchback as the Bulldog offense will come out to the 20-yard line. With 9:13 to play in the second quarter, Calexico got some momentum going on that last drive, but obviously did not end in any sort of point. We'll see what they do here as they start once again at their own 20, as the Lopez brings the offense out. Part of Cesar Luna brings the offense out.
Sunshine Sotero, who goes both ways, coming in. And that's got to be a name you have to love. Sunshine Sotero.
Hard to be upset when your name is Sunshine. Chris Gonzalez is, of course, the back for the Bulldogs. He's got the majority of the workload tonight in terms of running the football. We did see that 1 carry to Jorge Burgos, but it's been all Gonzalez and that one carry by Cesar Luna. Luna takes the snap at the pass play. He's going to throw it to his left, incomplete. Trying to throw a quick slant, but it was too low. Javier Morales was the intended target.
Excellent defense by the Spartans over there, the cornerback, as he read the play and was able to force Luna to throw the ball low where it really wasn't catchable. Clock does stop, of course.
Two different offensive mindsets as the Bulldogs go for more traditional, have a player run to the sideline and bring the play in, whereas the Spartans have been running a fast-paced, no-huddle offense where Gennaro Osuda has been making all the calls. It's going to be that quarterback Heber again, the pitch, and this time the Spartans don't cover it up as well, as Jorge Burgos will pick up some decent yardage, give him about 8 or 9.
We'll have to wait and see where they're going to fight him out of bounds. Excellent run by Burgos. Beautiful pitch by Luna as he read the play and did not pitch the ball till the last second. Gave Burgos a chance to pick up, looks like about 7.5 yards out there.
So it will be 3rd and 2 for the Bulldogs. As they have run that play quite a bit. They haven't found much success, just a couple of plays where they've broken free, but for the most part, that pitch has been well covered by the Spartan defense. 3rd and 3, Luna in the gun, and it's a bobble snap, and Luna, his knee touched the ground while he was reaching to pick it up, so that's exactly where he'll be marked down, right at about the 25-yard line of the Bulldogs.
Another bad snap. Luna had no chance to carry out the play. They're going to mark it on the 24, so it's credited as a sack to the team.
And the Bulldogs will punt yet again. Eugenio Fernandez comes in, punting from their own 24-yard line. Juan Dominguez is the return man.
And he is standing in Bulldog territory.
Dominguez called for the fair catch, and so the Spartans will come out at their own 47-yard line. We'll see if this fast-paced Spartan offense can add to their lead, already up 4 scores, 28-0 with 8:17 remaining in the second quarter.
And one difference we have seen tonight, I do not know the answer. Maybe we can find out at halftime. Sebastian Cornell, who was the PAT man, is not kicking tonight. Torres is 4 for 4.
And we have an official timeout, but it seems like they've cleared it up. Replacing Michael Sullivan in this offense is freshman Skylar Cook, playing wide receiver on this near side. Osuda will pass yet again. He's going to throw Cook's way, but it goes through the hands of Cook. He had good separation on the defensive back, but he's unprepared to maybe catch that football.
Right now, the Central faithful are looking at the future. Skylar Cook, as you mentioned, a freshman. Very few freshmen over the years has found playing time on the Central varsity, but Skylar has. This is not his first action. He's got some in the earlier game.
It does not seem as if Michael Sullivan would be returning to the offense for the Spartans, as they're actually going to hand it to Jonathan Medina, who's going to break some tackles, pick up the first down, and it's a great carry for Jonathan Medina, his first of the game, and give him about 16 yards, brought down inside the Calexico 40.
And unfortunately for the Bulldogs, with all of the pass attempts, 13 to be exact, they're obviously thinking pass. And that was just a straight stand up, give it to the running back, and he found a huge hole.
1st and 10 from 37. As they're going to go right back to the passing game, Osuna rolling to his right. He's going to throw the out, and it's almost intercepted, but it's going to be caught by Perez, and he's going to run all the way to the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. The second touchdown of the game for Isaiah Perez.
Another fortunate bounce for the Spartans, unfortunate for the Bulldogs. As the Bulldogs were there, they had to pass the fence, and it just popped up in the air. And Perez, Johnny on the spot, just stood there like he was receiving a punt. When it finally came down, once he had to catch it, would just turn around and run into the end zone is what he did.
Typical tip drill play makes it 34-0, the Spartans lead. With 7:41 remaining in this first half, as some movement there on both sides of the line. There was no snap, but Jonathan Medina, the holder, made the motion for the ball to snap. The ball was not snapped. And for that reason, it's going to be false start against the Spartans. There is a rule for holders that you cannot make any sort of move to try and deceive the defense into coming over the line of scrimmage. And it looks like they're trying to say that Dominguez did just that. For Medina. But Berlin Torres, with a 5-yard backup, he still makes the extra point, makes them 5 for 5 on the day. With 7:41 remaining in this first half, the Central Spartans lead 35-0.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley by our customers. Thank you. Remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
3 plays, 53 yards, 2 passes, 1 rush attempt, and the Spartans end that drive with a 47-yard touchdown to Isaiah Perez to increase their lead to 35-0. Another blowout happening in the Valley. Holtville beating Southwest of San Diego 55-0 already in the second quarter. That game's already got a running clock as Berlin Torres is getting ready to kick it away. And this ball is going to go into the end zone for a touchback. And sounds like a broken record, but the Calexico Bulldogs will start this offensive possession at their own 20-yard line.
This might be a good time, Dylan, to go ahead and explain the 35-point running clock rule. It's only automatic in the fourth quarter. Other than that, whenever the score does get, as it is right now, both sides, both teams, both coaches have to agree to go ahead and put the running clock in motion. Obviously, either Calexico or Central, and it can be the team that's up that says, no, we don't want the running clock yet. So either side is determined that they do not want it at this point with 7:41 to go in the second quarter.
The Spartan offense has made light work of the Calexico defense, save for the 1 interception by Herman Perez. That's been relatively smooth sailing for the Spartans. As movement along the lines yet again.
Yeah, I think we're going to have offsides by Central. The player went in motion, and the Central Spartan defensive end read the movement and went across the line, which is neutral zone infraction.
So that's been the one bad mark on the Spartan defense today in this game, is that you've had quite a few penalties already, and kind of just be something you clean up as you go through the rest of the league.
But you certainly don't need to be worried about trying to get a jump start with the 35-0 lead, but you don't want to do that, say, against Imperial, where you have a tight game.
So now 1st and 5, give it to Gonzalez, but he's stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. Leading that charge is Nathan Santana.
We're going to give Gonzalez credit that he was able to get back to the original line of scrimmage. That was quite a no-gain effort by Gonzalez.
Spartan defensive line got there quickly. As you said, lots of credit to Gonzalez to get back to the line of scrimmage to make it 2nd and 5. That's our Luna. More men in motion for the Bulldogs. They're going to fake it to Gonzalez. They run that pitch yet again, and it's not going to get much yardage yet again. And Jorge Burgos was brought down quickly. As Angel Ortiz making the stop for the Spartans.
Yeah, they're actually going to give Burgos a 2-yard loss on that, bringing up now 3rd and 7.
Third and 7. This is a Spartan defense that likes to bring a lot of pressure, and so far it is getting there and working well against the Bulldogs. It's hard to find space on those pitches when there's already defensive players there to make the tackle. They're going to bring the 2 slot receivers close to the line. Maybe to get some extra protection for Luna. He's going to pass, but he is sacked. Making the play for the Spartans is Brian Martin. the junior linebacker, 5'8", 195 pounds. He came in unblocked to set our.
And that, of course, is Brian Martin, the assistant baseball coach, brother of head coach Gene Martin, and also the defensive coordinator here of the Spartans, Brian's son, putting a big hit on the quarterback, another sack, and another big loss.
4th and 4 now. 4th and 14 for the Bulldogs. As some movement along the defensive line of the Spartans. That punt is blocked, and it's going to go out the back of the end zone.
That would be a safety, but let's wait and see. I do not see a flag down, and if it is a safety, that means Calexico will have to be kicking off from their own 20.
There did seem to be some movement by the Spartan defense, but let's see if they call it. The officials are meeting. It does not seem there's any flags on the field, so yes, they will call it a safety, so Calexico will have to kick off as the Spartans now lead 37-0 with 5:27 to play in this first half. A great job blocking the punt by the Spartan defense. They came right up the middle, as we'll get you some score updates on some other games happening around the valley. Calipatria leads Kofa 21-12. Palo Verde 18, Southwest 14. And the last update on that Brawley Imperial game is 9-0. So the Bulldogs will be kicking off after that safety as the Spartan defense continues to pitch a shutout here in this first half with 5:27 remaining. The special teams play of the Bulldogs has not necessarily been great. Had the one punch where the ball rolled to the punter, and he just had to try and keep it himself and could not find any space, gave the Spartans great field position for their first possession, and now they have a block punt as it's going to be a punt after the safety by Eugenio Fernandez.
Yeah, he's allowed a free kick. He can do whatever he wants, and he's going to punt it, which probably will end up with Centro getting good field position for the umpteenth time.
Very high, and it's going to be fielded right at about the 49 of the Spartans, taking it into Calexico territory and finding a lot of space. Returning it is Elias Dominguez, a great return inside the 35 of the Bulldogs, and the Spartans will yet again start off with great field position.
Yeah, it looks like they're going to mark it on the 33-yard line. So as it appears all night long, Central's been starting short into the field. Calexico's just being overwhelmed right now.
17-yard return by the linebacker Elias Dominguez. And now the Spartans will come with two running backs in the backfield now. One to the right of Osuna. He's going to turn and hand it to Jonathan Medina right up the middle. Breaking tackle, spin move now, easily into the end zone. Touchdown, Spartans. No flags on the field. And one of the easier touchdown runs Jonathan Medina's going to have this season.
A 33-yard touchdown run as Calexico just lost a lot of the fight with all the things going against them so far here in the first half, and we still have 5:10 to go.
Just went right up the middle, shook a couple of defenders, and then about the 5-yard line, a little spin move just for good measure. Jose Berlin Torres now on to kick his 6th extra point attempt of the game. He's 5 for 5 so far, so knock on wood for him. And he's now 6 for 6 with 5:10 remaining here in the first half. The Central Spartans lead 44-0.
Hacienda Snack Bar, bringing you catering at its best for your next party or event. They'll do it right. Let them do the work for you. From appetizers to full-course meals, like their tri-tip dinner with their famous cheesy potatoes. Call Hacienda Snack Bar today for your next event at 344-5542. That's 344-5542. Or stop by Hacienda Snack Bar, 941 K Street in Brawley.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valley. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
Jose Berlin Torres going to kick it away for the Spartans. And this kick will go into the end zone for a touchback. Yet again, recap of that drive. One play is all the Spartans needed. A rushing play to Jonathan Medina. 33 yards for the touchdown to make it 44-0 for the Spartans. That was set up by the blocked punt that went out the back of the end zone for the safety for the Spartans. 44 points tonight.
And very good. You just recap both scoring because the safety does count as a score. It was the 6th score, so this is officially the 7th scoring opportunity for the Spartans. 5:10 to go in the second quarter. So it's probably getting close to the time when someone is going to go ahead and say, Uncle, Central will receive the second half kick when we get to the second half.
Both teams have had pretty much the same starting positions in terms of the Spartans have always started with really good field position, and the Bulldogs have pretty much started at the 20-yard line each time, and now 2 men in motion. Bulldogs miscommunication, no flags thrown on the play, and now it's just a very, very poor execution by this Bulldog offense. The ball was snapped before it was ready to be snapped by Cesar Luna. Penalty flags all over the play. They're going to get them for motion by multiple players.
Yeah, Central may just go ahead and decline the penalty. Now, the players that were in motion have a chance. They can reset.
Yeah.
And that's what Cesar Luna knew was going on. He tried to go ahead and get it reset, but the center hiked it. And so they'll go ahead and take it. Again, it counts as a team sack, but the snap was bad, and Luna just covered it up.
5-yard loss, make it 2nd and 15 for Calexico. Clock ticked under 5 minutes to play in this first half. Cesar Luna from the gun takes the snap and looking to his left, going to throw a quick slant, and it's intercepted. Isaiah Nava Esparza is going to walk into the end zone. Touchdown, Spartan. Angel Nava Esparza making the interception. He's the defensive linebacker, the senior, 5'8", 171 pounds, with a walk-in score.
He caught it at about the 20-yard line, and nobody was out there in the flat, read the ball perfectly.
With 4:43 remaining in this first half, Jose Berlin Torres now attempting his 7th extra point attempt of the game. And the Spartans have gotten points from all facets of this game. And Berlin Torres, 7 for 7 tonight on extra points. With 4:43 remaining in this first half, the Central Spartans lead 51-0.
McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuffed pizza, or be the office for your next party with their giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs for only $6. Yes, McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro.
You are listening to high school football on AM 1230 KXO El Centro and on the World Wide Web at KXORadio.com.
Back at Ward Field, the Central Spartans with a commanding 51-0 lead with 4:43 left in this first half. An update on that Brawley Imperial game. Brawley now leads 16-0 over the Imperial Tigers in the second quarter. But this game has quickly gotten out of hand of the Calexico Bulldogs, and the Spartans have scored very quickly. Most of their drives have been short, effective, less than 5 plays for the most part. As Berlin Torres kick, guess what? It's a touchback, and the Bulldogs are going to start at the 20-yard line.
And you mentioned that Imperial Brawley score, a little bit of a surprise, but it looks like Coach John Self has found himself a quarterback. That super freshman is turning in quite performances every week.
That game is being broadcasted live on KXORadio.com. Mickey Dale and George Grijalva are live in Brawley. And the Calexico Bulldogs have taken a timeout. That is their last timeout of this first half. So with 4:43 left in the first half, the Central Spartans lead 51-0.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 for a dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite, with 3 locations in the Valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico, 1531 Ford Drive next to Foods for Less in El Centro, and 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico, and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y Sopes, the real deal.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
Back in Calexico, where the Central Spartans have pretty much dominated this entire game, 51-0. We've seen offensive touchdowns, defensive touchdowns, blocked punts, and that's all just been by the Spartans.
Yeah, we will have all the halftime stats coming up, along with our halftime guest tonight is very familiar with everyone in El Centro. That's John Moreno.
So 1st and 10 for Cesar Luna and the Bulldog offense. It's been a while since we've seen Dinero Osuna take the field, but as he's just going to hand it to Chris Gonzalez, and the Spartans smother it. The ball is knocked loose, but they're going to say he was down. Making the tackle for the Spartans is Nate Ramos, senior defensive end, coming in to make the stop.
And usually when the wheels come off, it shows up most on the line because those are the people that are having to get hit every single play. And the last 4 snaps by the Bulldogs have just been disastrous.
Spartans have a lot of second-string players on their defense now. See, Todd Salcedo, the junior, he's now playing quarterback. We've got Matthew Moreno on the defensive line. Joseph Denton now on the defensive line as well.
Yeah, no hurry up by Calexico right now. They huddled and they took 25 seconds in the huddle. Let's see if they get this play off in time.
Under 4 to play in this first half. And he's under pressure, rolling down to his left, trying to find space, and he's just going to slide down well behind the line of scrimmage. Coming up to make the stop for the Spartans.
Yeah, that's another sack. They're going to mark it outside the 10 on 11-yard line. Loss of 6.
Carlos Hernandez came in to make the stop, and Cesar Luna was content to just slide and take the loss there.
The last 6 snaps by this Calexico offense have all ended up in negative yards, and one actually was a safety.
So 3rd and 17 now for Calexico. Luna's going to pitch out to Jorge Burgos. He's going to fight for some yardage, pick up some decent ones past the 20-yard line, so past the original line of scrimmage, gain of about 8, and it's going to be 4th down for Calexico.
We did mention that many of these players, as Jorge Burgos is one, started as a sophomore. Let's give the young man credit. He has not quit. Doesn't matter what the scoreboard says. He's out there running his assignments, playing as hard as he possibly can.
Making the tackle for the Spartans. That was Ricardo Carvajal, the junior defensive back, getting some playing time. As it's another punt for the Bulldogs. A stressful job, and that ball is just going to bounce towards the punter again, but he will get this punt off, and actually a pretty good punt. That's going to bounce half into Spartan territory, die right at about the 39-yard line. And that's probably going to be the worst starting field position that the Spartans have had today. With 2:02 remaining in the first half, the Spartans lead 51-0.
I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down.
Why is that?
That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
Back in Ward Field with 2:02 remaining in this first half as the Spartan offense comes back to the line. Dinero Osuna still in the game, but in the backfield for the Spartans is Carlos Gomez now, replacing Jonathan Medina.
And Carlos actually started the last two games.
First and 10, they're going to give it to Carlos. He's going to run with a burst of speed, picking up some great yardage past the first down marker, and that's exactly where he's going to be stopped after a gain of about 11. Great burst of speed from Carlos Gomez before finally being brought down by Nick Flores.
Gomez's first carry ends up in a first down, bringing the ball to midfield. Central has all three timeouts with the clock ticking under 1:40 to go, but I would be surprised if they used even one of them. But I've been surprised in the past, so we'll see. Central now again obviously not hurrying up, staying in the huddle, looking at the sidelines, as they have a sideline coach who does have an eye on what the play clock is.
And they're going to give it to Gomez right again. Yet again, it's the exact same run play. Gomez shaking off defenders, pushing forward, and he gets out of bounds, but
8-yard gain by Gomez is showing that he has some natural ability.
8-yard pickup, make it 2nd and 2 for the Spartans. The clock is still running. So 2nd and 2 from the Bulldog 42-yard line.
We may see the final play of the first half here coming up. The Spartans are getting a lot of clean, fresh jerseys out on the offensive line.
Seems like they're getting ready to take a knee as they've got Carlos Gomez about 15 yards behind the quarterback in case anything goes wrong, and that's exactly what they're going to do. They're going to let this clock run out on this first half with 20 seconds ticking or so. The end of the first half score, the Central Spartans have been all over this Calexico Bulldogs team, and they lead 51-0 after 2 quarters of play. We'll have stats and an interview with John Laredo coming up at halftime.
When you crave Mexican food, are you not sure where to go? I'll give you a suggestion. La Fonda Bar and Grill. Yes, the Camacho family is still doing it right with freshly made Mexican food. From enchiladas to special quesadillas, and everything is handmade. And of course, Miss Camacho, she still comes in to make sure everybody's favorite chili rellenos are there. La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro. Open Wednesday through Monday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I am committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 for a dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite. With 3 locations in the Valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. 1531 Ford Drive next to Foods for Less in El Centro. And 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y sopes. The real deal.
Back now at Ward Field in Calexico, where the halftime score, the Central Spartans 51, the Calexico Bulldogs 0. Let's get you some other halftime scores around the Valley. Brawley leads Imperial 16-0 at the half. Southwest beating Palo Verde 21-18 in the second quarter. Calapat beating Copa 28-12 at the half. And Vincent Memorial versus Sweetwater, that 2-0 score has lasted all the way until halftime. So not much positive things to say about the Calexico Bulldogs. They had a pretty decent first drive, but it's been all Central Spartans since then. We'll have stats and more when we return.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Start the day off right by having breakfast at Broken Yoke Cafe. Once again voted best breakfast in the Imperial Valley by our customers. Thank you. Remember, Broken Yoke strives every day to bring you great service and great food. Still preparing everything fresh daily. Open for breakfast and lunch 7 days a week from 6 a.m. to 2 p.m. Log on to Broken Yoke Cafe and join the club or order your meal online. Broken Yoke Cafe on North Imperial Avenue in El Centro.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
Ray at Dermot's Floor Covering would like to take this opportunity to say thank you, Imperial Valley, for your patronage. Dermot's Floor Covering has been in business since 1978, working hard to satisfy customers with exceptional products and outstanding service. They're doing something right at Dermot's Floor Covering, so if you're looking to replace your flooring, stop by Dermot's Floor Covering and see the latest styles from the Shaw Floor Gallery, a gallery that will inspire you. Dermot's also offers free estimates valley-wide. Stop by 220 North J Street in Imperial.
Well, joining me now in the booth is John Moreno of the Calexico Bulldogs. John Moreno, tell us a little bit about yourself and what you do here for the city of Calexico.
Well, I'm a school administrator for the continuation program at Aurora High School and the adult program as well. We offer classes for adults here in Calexico. I've been a school administrator now for 20 years, started with as a teacher at Dual School, and then moved up to as a vice principal at Calexico High School, then athletic director at Calexico High School, and also I've been serving as voice of the Bulldogs here in our 26th season, broadcasting games for Calexico.
Well, you've been obviously part of the Bulldog football for a while. Can you tell us about the renovations that we've seen around Calexico High School?
Well, this is the first time that the Spartans, I believe, have come. 2 years ago, we were still, I believe, under construction, and so the visitors' stands were just old and decrepit, and they were from the old football field that used to be at Blair Avenue. But we spent some money, and they built brand new home-side bleachers. The whole thing has been refurbished, all-weather track, new scoreboard, and now the Central Spartan visiting fans can have a nice place to sit and watch the game.
It's definitely a very nice facility. Love the new press box field. Looks great. The varsity baseball field looks great. What keeps you here in Calexico? What keeps your love going here for the city?
I grew up. My dad was born here. He went to Calexico High School in the 40s. May he rest in peace. My mother did too. I mean, this is where we all grew up. And you know, even though I went to college in San Diego, I came back, and our family had a business for many years downtown Calexico in the supermarket business. We had the Super Shopping Apple Market for many years, and so that's why I stay. My brothers and sisters are here, and this is home.
So what prompted you into getting into being the voice of Calexico Bulldogs football?
Well, many years ago, they were looking for a new radio announcer, and so they asked me to do it. At that time, I had been coaching football for 4 years here at the freshman and JV levels with Al Gutierrez, and so I got a call from the station and they wanted me to audition. So I went over, and it was at that time it was 99.3, which was part of the KAMP, and they had 3 stations, and so one station did Calexico, one station did Holtville, and one, I believe, did Imperial. And so I auditioned. I never announced football before on the radio, so I just went in there and I listened to Hacksaw Hamilton when he was voice of the Chargers for many years, and I got tips. I also listened to Carol Buckley for many years. He's been the radio announcer for KXO, and a good friend of mine as well. And so that just happened, and then so finally we've got a new station, 990 AM, which is part of the Radio Rama and La Rocola. I hope I can say that on the air. And we work in conjunction, with other radio stations. So it's been a great experience up here. Every year we're doing this. Victor Carrillo and I have been announcing the games together since 1994.
And they're doing a great job. And obviously this game isn't going exactly the way the Bulldogs would want, but You're obviously still happy to see some fight out of the Calexico team, who hasn't had a terrible season coming into tonight.
Well, they're coming into 2-3.
Yeah.
but you know, we always talk highly of our opponents and speak good things, with Centro being the team in the Valley this year, like they were last year. And one of the memorable things that we talk about is that trip to El Paso, and how good that was, and how memorable that was for not only the players but the family that went down there to see them, and then maybe people in Texas and El Paso who are from the Valley got a chance to see good old Valley football in Texas.
And obviously the Valley team did come away with the win there. Well, we thank you for sharing some time with us. We love the stadium here in Calexico. We hope you have a wonderful rest of the game.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
And don't forget to get those delicious tacos de carne asada before you leave. We've got them on the way out. Thank you, John Driffel.
Appreciate you. We'll have some more stats coming with you. We've got about 3.5 minutes left until kickoff starts for this second half.
I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down.
Why is that?
That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, R&K Air Conditioning has it. From complete temp-star cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make R&K Air Conditioning your first and only call for your cooling needs. Call 760-353-7570 or find us online at rkair.net. Temp-star, quality you can feel.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valleys. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
When you're hungry and you want delicious home-style cooking, there are 2 locations in the Imperial Valley that have the best. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley, open 7 days a week, 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including ribeye steak, liver and onions, and meatloaf every Tuesday. The Original Town Pump in Westmorland is open 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're closed Monday. Brownie's Diner in Brawley and the Original Town Pump in Westmorland.
At Tyler Insurance, we're proud to have served Imperial Valley's businesses and families since 1921. Now, as part of Gallagher, we're committed to bringing you the same team and exceptional service with expanded offerings in insurance, risk management, and consulting services. Together, we're dedicated to helping your business and your community face their future with confidence. Visit ajg.com/Tyler to learn more about our new partnership with Gallagher.
Back now in Calexico in what has been definitely a one-sided affair. The Central Spartans with a 51-0 lead. John Driffel, tell us how one-sided this game has been.
Well, the biggest, obviously, stat is 51-0 on the scoreboard. And as we look at what Calexico, they had 36 rushing attempts in the first half, but 11 of those were actually sacks and negative yardage plays. So they ended up with 36 yards on 26 rushes. 1 for 10 was Cesar Luna for 21 yards, giving Calexico 57 total yards. 5 first downs. They did have the 1 interception by Angel Navas Marcia, who returned it 20 yards for a touchdown. We'll be back to take a look at what Central's done after this.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 for a dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite. With 3 locations in the Valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. 1531 Ford Drive next to Foods for Less in El Centro. And 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y sopes, the real deal.
Now let's get some stats as to what the Central Spartans have done throughout this game.
Yeah, they rushed the ball 7 times on scrimmage for 77 yards. And how we can break that down is Danero Suna was sacked once for -3 yards. Fernando Morales had 1 carry for 9 yards, but he also had 2 touchdowns. Also getting 2 carries in the first half was Carlos Gomez for 19 yards. Jonathan Medina had 2 runs for 49 total yards. One of those was a touchdown run. And Angel Navas Barca had 1 run of 3 yards for a touchdown. He also had another touchdown on the interception. On the half, passing the ball, Dinero Osuna was near perfect except for 1 interception, 11 for 14 for 216 yards. With the 77 rushing yards, that gives Central 293 total yards, 13 first downs. We already mentioned the 1 interception turnover. The 11 receptions were made among 5 different players. And first off, Michael Sullivan, before he left with an injury on his 1 reception, 27 yards, and then he left the field and has not returned. Also getting 3 receptions in the first half was Isaiah Perez for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns. Juan Dominguez had 4 catches for 74 yards. Also, Fernando Morales, who had the 1 rush for 9 yards, had 2 receptions for 35 yards and 2 touchdowns. And the last reception was made by Isaiah Navas Barca for 14 yards. So obviously, with a 51-0 score, Central is dominated. I would expect to see the clock running after the kickoff here to start the half. Central will receive the second half kick. We'll be back with that after this.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability. Life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, an American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
Back now in Calexico as the Bulldogs are about ready to kick it off, as the Spartans will start the second half on offense. Probably expecting to see some players that we don't normally get to call here on the radio. As with a 51-point lead, you would assume there's no reason to keep quarterback Dinero Osuna in the game, but of course maybe they do just want to make sure he doesn't get too rusty going into the league. This certainly was the bounce-back game that the Spartans were hoping for after losing their last 2 games of the preseason. They lost to Gila Ridge in a 10-7 defensive battle, and then Christian they lost in a pretty big shootout, 31-28. But they bounced back very well here against Calexico in what should be described as a tune-up game as they get ready for league next week. They'll be taking on Southwest.
And that will be for the city championship. So that's always a big game. It's the biggest game on Central's schedule.
Eugenio Fernandez getting ready to kick it away to the Spartans, and he gives it a boot, and it's returnable for the Spartans. Bounces at about the 18-yard line. Spartans going to jump on it quickly, and they do just that. Juan Dominguez, the return man, he takes it out past 30, brought down at about the 34-yard line, and that's where the Spartan offense will take over.
And as we suspected, Dylan, the clock is running, so we will have the continued running clock. The only 3 occasions it will stop is for a timeout, injured player, or a touchdown.
Leading the Spartan offense out onto the field now is junior quarterback number 2, Eric Garcia. So Dinero Osuna's night appears to be done for the Spartan offense.
As it should be.
I would have to agree. Garcia, a junior, 5'8". He stepped down from the 6'2" Osuna as they're going to give it to Joel Sanchez, who is the back. He's going to pick up about 3. Joel Sanchez, the senior, 5'3", 130 pounds, a short scat back, I would assume is the way to describe him.
And the first time we've called Joel, not only tonight, but this year, picked up about 3.5 yards on that first carry.
That's one of the many benefits of winning a game 51-0 for the Spartans is you get to see what you have in the rest of your team in terms of depth. So in case it comes to a tighter game, you know what exactly you have coming off the bench. All new wide receivers as well for the Spartans. We'll get some of their names coming up, but Joel Sanchez is still the back. As Eric Garcia will turn it just quickly, headed to Sanchez. He makes a nice move. He's going to pick up the first down and more, running past Bulldog defenders, but he's finally dragged down. A nice touchdown-saving tackle by Jeros Paredes of the Bulldog defense, but it's still going to be a first down inside Bulldog territory.
And that time, Sanchez was fortunate. Calexico had a run blitz, and the linebacker just blitzed and ran right by him. He had the football, waited for him to run by him, headed for the quarterback, took off running, and there was nobody out there for him.
So 1st and 10 for Central now at the 43-yard line of the Bulldogs. Some of these receivers include senior Khalil Wyatt and Jonathan Cruz now on the field for the Spartans.
Khalil Wyatt is an interesting study. His father, Kenny Wyatt, is a Central legend, had some bell game activity, actually preserved a bell game victory back in the day. It's the first time he's played football here at Central. He's a basketball player.
Joe Anthony Sestina as well checks into the game. It's going to be another handoff to Joel Sanchez, but he is swung down by Sunshine Soltero making the stop for the Bulldogs. Update for you, Holtville 62, Southwest of San Diego 0, and Brawley 16 to Imperial 6. So Imperial does get on the board in the second half.
Brawley and Imperial throughout this decade have had some real wars.
It's all, been one of the premier rivalries of the Valley. Obviously you have Central and Brawley with the bell game, Central and Southwest the city championship, but seems like one of the more back and forth games of the last decade or so has been Brawley Imperial. Brawley's won a lot of their last few bell games, but Central is obviously defending champs. Elias Dominguez stays in at quarterback. Joel Sanchez still the running back. 2nd and 10. And it's going to be yet another handoff to Joel Sanchez, and yet again he is swung down, making the stop for the Bulldogs, making a great stop at that is Sunshine Soldero again.
Sunshine is trying to put the lights out on the Central Spartan offensive rushes. You can see, and I'm going to give the young man props. He has not quit. He's not looking at the scoreboard. He's doing his job, and he's tackling the ball carrier. That's 2 straight negative plays for the Spartans.
It's his senior night here in Calexico, so he wants to make the most of it in front of his home crowd, and he's trying to create any sort of silver lining that he can in a 51-0 game. Spartans taking their time, especially compared to that first half offense in which they were getting off as many plays, or actually as few plays as they could. Most of their drives were less than 5 plays or so.
With the score as it is, it's also difficult. You want to throw passes to get your quarterback some passing active for a game, but you don't want to, appear like you're trying to rub it in.
3rd and 14 is going to be yet another handoff to Joel Sanchez to the right side, finding space. Some great blocking by his receivers, but he's still going to be brought down at about the original line of scrimmage. Herman Perez was the one to finally wrangle him down.
And we may see Central's first punt of the evening tonight.
So the Bulldog defense holds firm for the first time as the punting unit will come onto the field. And even they will huddle up. So the Spartans are taking as much time off the clock as they can. It's already less than 7 minutes to play in this third quarter.
If you remember the first quarter, it took about 30 minutes to get to this point.
Yeah. Definitely a significant change of pace for the Spartan offense. As
Berlin Torres is back to punt, averaging more than 40 yards a kick. That's one of the leaders in the San Diego section.
And a lot of stars, obviously, for this Spartan team in this game, but Jose Berlin Torres, so far 7 for 7 on extra points and put most of his kicks into the end zone for touchback.
Right. We remember the one he didn't. They actually tackled the Calexico ball carrier on the 9-yard line.
Berlin Torres' punt gets off cleanly, and it's going to bounce and die, actually going to roll forward. But it'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 14-yard line. And just as quickly as Imperial scored, Brawley adds to their lead 23-6 in the third quarter. So that game is looking to go in favor of the Wildcats in the third quarter, but Imperial's still in it. The Bulldog offense trying to do anything they can to get rid of that goose egg on the scoreboard. So 1st and 10 for Calexico.
This will be their first play here in the third quarter.
Cesar Luna still leading this offense, doing everything he can, but just has not been going their way. They're going to run that pitch play again, and again it's going to be wrapped up well by the Spartan defense.
Yeah, that's Burgos getting the carry.
Reading that one well for the Spartans was Manny Romero, senior linebacker, getting some playing time now.
3-yard pickup for Burgos, the 3-year starting senior.
New faces across the Spartan defense as well. You've got James Thomas, senior, playing safety now.
It's good to see those young men get a chance to play. They're the ones that since August have been practicing every day. Now here's the reward.
Khalil Wyatt lined out at cornerback for the Spartans. And it's a handoff to Chris Gonzalez. No, it's a fake, and it's going to be a pitch to the outside. This one's actually going to find some space, and he's going to pick up near a first down. Running that one was Diego Zapataez.
It's going to be very close where they're going to mark. I thought he ran over the out-of-bounds marker to get out of bounds, but they're going to mark him about a yard short, it appears.
So 3rd and about a yard for the Bulldog offense. Coming in to give the play is Herman Perez, who had probably the biggest highlight of the game for the Bulldogs, which was that interception in the first half off of Dinero Osuna. Read a slant very well, picked it off. Chris Gonzalez is the back. They're going to give it to Gonzalez, and he's tripped up at about the line of scrimmage. Great job by Carlos Hernandez, the junior defensive lineman, making the stop. No gain on the play. It's 4th and 1.
And I'm going to anticipate Calexico will go for this as the clock is going to tick down under 3 minutes to go here in the third quarter.
Compared to that first half, this third quarter has disappeared as quickly as it arrived.
As you would expect it with the clock running, and there's been, as you mentioned, timeouts only for a timeout called or an injured player, and we've had neither one.
Already down to 3 minutes, and both teams have only had one possession. Bulldogs are going to go for it. Takes the snap, pitch to the outside, and it's going to go behind Jorge Burgos. He's going to try and make something out of nothing on a reversal. Great job getting this, and he is going to pick up the first down. What a run by Jorge Burgos. The pitch from Cesar Luna was well behind him. Ball was on the turf. He recovered quickly, picked it up, reversed field, and actually probably ends up running about 25 yards to pick up around 7. Great job by the senior running back.
And let's give kudos as we do have a timeout by Calexico.
So with 2:21 remaining in the third quarter, the Central Spartans lead 51-0.
McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store with everything you need to get you through your day. Fill your tank with V-Power from Shell, and then visit the deli for breakfast, lunch, or dinner. Choose your favorite deli sandwich or hot stuff pizza, or be the office for your next party with a giant 52-inch pizza. Daily specials on selected foot-long subs for only $6. Yes, McNeese Smart is your one-stop convenience store at the corner of Dogwood and Main Street in El Centro. I don't worry anymore about getting stranded with my car breaking down.
Why is that?
That automotive class I took at Imperial Valley College not only prepared me to fix my own car, it also prepared me for a new career in automotive repair.
I like the way you think. I've always wanted to become a welder.
Then check out these and other IVC career education classes at imperial.edu.
Back now in Calexico, 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs after that spectacular run by Jorge Burgos, making something out of nothing. Best play of the night for this Calexico offense.
And let's finish that thought. As we mentioned already, the scoreboard shows 51-0, but Burgos is out there running as if it's 0-0. That was an excellent play by the young man.
No quit by the senior running back, and end up getting his team the first down because of it. So 1st and 10 up to 31. Luna in the gun, takes the snap, looking to pass, throwing it to his left side on a fly ball that's incomplete. Just kind of lofted that pass up, but try and get under it was Heros Paredes and could not make the catch. But the clock still ticks under 2 minutes to play here in the third quarter.
And the play was sent in by the Bulldogs coaching staff, Joshua Campos, and he did a U-turn and came back out. So I assume that they've decided to run something else.
Spartans have new faces, also in different positions. Isaiah Nava-Esparza now playing cornerback. And Luna's going to keep it. It's going to run that pitch, and Luna was crushed because of it, but getting some good yardage is Heros Paredes picking up the first down, but Cesar Luna got crushed on that play. he is still down on the field. He was crushed by two Spartan defenders as he made that pitch. So some good yardage for Calexico, but we'll take a break with 1:16 remaining in the third quarter. Central Spartans lead 51-0.
Day in and day out, your publicly owned Imperial Irrigation District proudly delivers low-cost, reliable energy service to its customers in the Imperial and Coachella Valley. When compared to other power providers, IID's residential, commercial, and governmental customers all save up to 50% on their monthly energy bills. That's because IID is committed to more than just delivering power. IID is committed to you. IID, where customers always come first.
And thankfully, it looks like Cesar Luna is going to be walking off the field with the assistance of his coach, but for the most part under his own power. He took that hit despite getting that great run by Janos Paredes. And it's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 48-yard line as they're now scrambling to see who will be running the offense now in Luna's place. Luna has been battling injuries this year already.
And another interesting function of the running clock is they started the clock already. And when they play regular time, you don't start the clock until the ball snaps. But on the previous timeout, they started the clock. And then right now, once the player's off the field, the injured player, they go ahead and start it up. So the clock's running down. We're going to have about 30 seconds to go, and they get this snap off.
The new quarterback is Havoc Morales, the senior playing defensive back tonight as well. He's playing all over this Bulldog team. He's now in at quarterback. And looking confused as to what he might do. Man in motion, he takes the snap, and he's going to run that pitch yet again, and they're going to pitch it, and it's going to get about 8 yards on the run for Janos Paredes. And that should be the last play of this third quarter with under 10 seconds to go, unless the Bulldogs are rushing to the line, which they do not appear to be. And that's exactly what it's going to be. After 3 quarters of play, the Central Spartans lead 51-0 over the Calexico Bulldogs.
When you're hungry and you want delicious home-style cooking, there are 2 locations in the Imperial Valley that have the best. Brownie's Diner, 990 Main Street in Brawley, open 7 days a week, 5:30 a.m. to 3 p.m., offering delicious breakfast and lunch entrees, including ribeye steak, liver and onions, and meatloaf every Tuesday. The Original Town Pump in Westmorland is open 4 p.m. till 9 p.m. They're closed Mondays. Brownie's Diner in Brawley and the Original Town Pump in Westmorland.
At Tyler Insurance, we're proud to have served Imperial Valley's businesses and families since 1921. Now, as part of Gallagher, we're committed to bringing you the same team and exceptional service with expanded offerings in insurance, risk management, and consulting services. Together, we're dedicated to helping your business and your community face their future with confidence. Visit ajg.com/Tyler to learn more about our new partnership with Gallagher.
So in Calexico, the Spartans with a commanding 51-0 lead. The Bulldogs are in Spartan territory at about the central 44-yard line. Playing quarterback is Havoc Morales after Cesar Luna was crushed in the previous few plays. But a very quick third quarter because of the running clock, and the running clock will obviously continue into the fourth quarter as the Bulldogs are trying as hard as they can to put some sort of points on the board.
And Calexico now is waiting for the officials to get everything set as they're up on the line of scrimmage, as are the Spartans.
It'd be interesting to see if they maybe keep Luna out of the game, as there's really no need to risk any sort of injury in a 51-0 game, as movement along the line by the Calexico Bulldogs, false start, that will move them back 5 yards. Make it 2nd and 6 for Calexico.
Since that first series where we had some offsides by the Central defense, we've had pretty much a penalty-free game. But as you already mentioned, obviously with the clock running, there's no time.
So now 2nd and 6 for Calexico. Man comes in motion as Morales is going to run that pitch option again. It's going to go behind the runner and picking it up and recovering. No, he's not going to recover it. It's taken up by the Spartans. And running it back for Central for the touchdown is Ricardo Carvajal. Taking it back for 6, but there are penalty flags in the secondary of what that play was.
Yeah, we'll see if this one's coming back. We don't see the PAT team coming out. Flags on about the 35-yard line of what would have been the Spartans' defense. The referees are marching down the field, so we're going to have to wait and see. We have not had any kind of preliminary call yet. It looks like they're going to throw the football down at the PAT mark. So let's just wait before we officially give Carvajal that touchdown run of, I believe he picked the ball up on about the 24-yard line, so we'll call it a 24-yard touchdown return.
The Bulldogs are walking towards as if they're going to be defending the PAT, but we'll see what the call is, and it is a touchdown for the Spartans, but unsportsmanlike conduct against Calexico. So the touchdown will stand. That penalty will be assessed on the kickoff. So Carvajal getting his first touchdown on defense tonight for the Spartans. Second defensive touchdown in total for Central. And what was that option play? That option pitchback play that they've been running all night. And this is the second time this drive where the pitch just did not get to the runner as he was trying to force it into the hands of Diego Zatarain, but just went behind him. Zatarain could not recover, and Carvajal was just the right man in the right spot to take it back. Berlin Torres, a perfect 8 for 8 tonight, as with 9:30 remaining in this fourth quarter, the Central Spartans lead 58-0.
Hi, this is Julie Oliver. As your local Allstate agent, providing protection that fits your life, I'm committed to learning about your needs and personalizing protection to meet them. Contact me at 760-353-5800. That's 353-5800.
Subject to terms, conditions, and availability, life insurance offered through Allstate Life Insurance Company and Allstate Assurance Company, Northbrook, Illinois, and American Heritage Life Insurance Company, Jacksonville, Florida.
So Berlin Torres will be kicking off, but the unsportsmanlike conduct penalty should be added to this kickoff as the Spartans are awaiting the officials before they get set up in their kickoff formation.
And props to Berlin Torres as he's not set the ball down, so the young man, a soccer player, has adapted to American football.
So obviously a very good job for the Spartans this year in terms of kicking off, getting touchbacks in all but one kick tonight. And with this one being kicked off in Calexico territory, I'm going to go ahead and assume that this one's going to go into the end.
Oh, do you think he's going to try to put it through the uprights again?
I would assume so. He nailed it on that first one, but interesting to see. Maybe he aims for the crossbar or one of the posts.
We mentioned at the start of the game, absolutely no wind. Perfect night for football. Not hot, not cold, no wind.
One thing I can assure you is that this won't be an onside kick attempt by the Spartans with a 58-0 lead. And, yep, kick goes into the end zone. Wide left, though. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Bulldogs at their own 20-yard line. Updates on some scores around the lead. Brawley still leads Imperial 23-9. Holtville defeating Southwest of San Diego 62-6. That is the final score. Southwest leads Palo Verde 28-24 in the fourth quarter. And coming back into the game is Cesar Luna. So a very tough player that the Bulldogs have playing quarterback. He'll come in to play the final 7 minutes or so of this game for the Bulldogs. The junior quarterback wants to finish out this game. As that's actually a correction, 62-0 victory. 62-6 victory for Holtville over Southwest of San Diego. And we've got timeout on the field called by the Bulldogs with 6:50 to play in the fourth quarter. Central leads 58-0.
When you crave Mexican food, are you not sure where to go? I'll give you a suggestion. La Fonda Bar and Grill. Yes, the Camacho family is still doing it right with freshly made Mexican food, from enchiladas to special quesadillas, and everything is handmade. And of course, Miss Camacho, she still comes in to make sure everybody's favorite chili rellenos are there. La Fonda Bar and Grill, 1950 South 4th Street in El Centro, open Wednesday through Monday for breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
6:50 to play here in the fourth quarter. The Bulldog offense coming back out. As you mentioned it, Cesar Luna is now back in playing quarterback. He missed the final few plays of that last possession. It seems like he's coming in, and he wants to be the man to help the Bulldogs score in this game.
And let's give the young man props once again.
Absolutely.
Not worried about...
Definitely a very tough player and definitely a leader for this Bulldog team. Bulldog offense still no points in this game. And guess what? It's that pitch option again, but this time Luna keeps it. He finds some space cutting it back towards the middle before being brought down by Dominic Olage, the junior. First time calling his name tonight.
And I will double down on giving props to Luna after getting just absolutely crushed on running that pitch option play. He not only didn't pitch it, ran it himself to make sure that he was probably going to have some contact. Nice 6-yard gain.
We've got a blowout here, 58-0, but in the third quarter, Vincent versus Sweetwater remains at 2-0. So a baseball game happening there. Second down and 5 for the Bulldogs. They bring a man in motion as usual, and it's that pitch option yet again. And the Spartans read it yet again. The pitch man on this play was Enos Pratis. And speaking of baseball games, Nationals lead the Dodgers 3-1 in the top 7 of Game 2 of the National League Division Series. So now 3rd and 4 for Calexico. As the clock ticks under 5.5 minutes to play in this fourth quarter.
And as of this point, Calexico has actually outgained the Spartans here in the second half. As Calexico shutting the hurry-up offense, huddling up after each play.
3rd and 4, Calexico comes to the line of scrimmage. Cesar Luna in the gun, 4 receivers out wide. He's going to throw a quick slant, and it didn't complete. Trying to find Enos Pratis over the middle. And instead it's going to be 4th and 4 for Calexico.
And I would not be surprised if Calexico goes for it, but I also wouldn't be surprised if they find it. But I believe they're probably going to go for it. Coach Tyree has seen enough of the Central Spartan offense. He's going to give his team at least one more shot at it.
With probably be around 4 minutes and 10 seconds to play in the game by the time Calexico snaps this football.
Which theoretically Central could then run out the clock just by taking a knee.
Be my thought. And Luna will pass. He'll throw it, and it is incomplete. Throwing the direction of Herman Perez. Pass was way too low. Turnover on down. Central will take over 1st and 10 at the Calexico 26-yard line. As the clock ticks under 4 minutes to play, the Central Spartans lead 58-0.
Ray at Dermis Floor Covering would like to take this opportunity to say thank you, Imperial Valley, for your patronage. Dermis Floor Covering has been in business since 1978, working hard to satisfy customers with exceptional products and outstanding service. They're doing something right at Dermis Floor Covering, so if you're looking to replace your flooring, stop by Dermis Floor Covering and see the latest styles from the Shaw Floor Gallery, a gallery that will inspire you. Dermis also offers free estimates valley-wide. Stop by 220 North J Street in Imperial.
Back now in Calexico, the Spartans take over in Calexico territory, and with a comfortable 58-0 lead as less than 3 minutes to play in this ball game. Leading the Spartan offense, of course, is junior Eric Garcia now, replacing Dinero Osuna. Actually, that's Dinero Osuna coming in. They're just going to run this clock out with 3 minutes to play. They come out in victory formation.
And the reason you have Osuna out there doing that is because you just don't want any trouble on the snap. The quarterback has changed. So let him get out there. It's not, rubbing anybody's face in anything, and should have to do it a couple more times as the clock is now ticking with about 2:30 to go.
We'll have full game stats, analysis, and some scores from around the valley in our post-game report with 2:20 left on the clock. The final score of this game will be 58-0 in favor of the Central Spartans, as Dinero Osuna just has to take a couple more kneel downs before it becomes official. A very, very, very impressive performance by the Central Spartans, offensively and defensively, and special teams-wise as well. Give a shout-out to Jose Berlin Torres, who perfect on all of his extra points, put the ball through the end zone for the most part of all of his kickoffs. As for the Calexico Bulldogs, not much to be happy about after this game. You do have that interception by Herman Perez. You had some nice runs on offense, but overall, I would say the Central Spartans just outplayed Calexico.
And as the Spartans huddle up, back on about the 35-yard line, third down, so they may end up turning the ball over, but with the clock running, I don't think the officials are going to let Calexico have a chance to put anybody back out on the field. This is third down, and there'll be just about a minute to go as they snap it.
One thing you can say is, thankfully, with the exception of Michael Sullivan, who did come out of the game in the first quarter, did not get put back in, there was no sort of major injuries to either side. Thankfully, both sides remained healthy. Cesar Luna took some big shots, but was able to come back into the game. See him on the sideline now, walking around. Probably not terribly happy with his performance, but less than a minute to go.
Thank you, gentlemen. There, radio.
And 30 seconds left. The Spartans will more than likely turn it over on downs, but with the running clock, it won't really matter. The officials will more than likely keep this game from going on beyond this play. And Osuna takes a knee, technically a turnover on down. So the first stop forced by this Calexico defense, other than that punt. But the final score in this one, the Central Spartans 58, the Calexico Bulldogs 0. We'll have stats analysis and more after this.
No matter what you need to keep your home cool and comfortable, RNK Air Conditioning has it. From complete temp-star cooling systems to the latest in Wi-Fi capable thermostats, we have everything you need to stay comfortable. That's why you should make RNK Air Conditioning your first and only call for your cooling needs. Call 760-353-7570 or find us online at rkair.net. Temp-star, quality you can feel.
Flautas y sopes. Delicious, authentic Mexican food. Just $6.49 for a dozen flautas. Combo meals for any appetite. With 3 locations in the Valley. 715 Cesar Chavez Boulevard in Calexico. 1531 Ford Drive next to Foods for Less in El Centro. And 1622 South 4th Street next to Soul Market in El Centro. Open Monday through Saturday, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Sundays, 8 a.m. to 8 p.m. in Calexico and 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. in El Centro. Don't forget, you can go online for our menu and call in your order ahead of time. Flautas y sopes. The real deal.
The CB Stop, located at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road in Calexico, is your one-stop location for ice-cold beer, wine, and your favorite beverages. They have a selection of sandwiches, chips, snacks, ice. You can even get fishing bait and a fishing license. The CB Stop has it all, along with a gas station with diesel and a car wash. Open 24 hours a day. The CB Stop, located in Calexico at the corner of Cole and Bowker Road.
So in Calexico, the final score, the Central Spartans 58, the Calexico Bulldogs 0. Not much to be said in terms of analysis. I think it can be broken down pretty simply as the Central Spartans outplayed the Calexico Bulldogs today. And we'll look forward to who the Spartans will be playing next week. They'll be taking on the Southwest Eagles in the city championship game. Currently, the Eagles are playing Palo Verde, and they are currently leading 34-30 in the third quarter. As for the Calexico Bulldogs, next week they'll be taking on Imperial, and Imperial is currently trailing Brawley 23-16 in the third quarter. John, what are we talking about in terms of stats for this game?
Yeah, we have the stats all set to go because of that running time, and the second half have obviously made it a whole lot easier. For the game, Calexico ran the ball 34 times from scrimmage for a total of 86 yards. They were able to pick up 36 in the first half, and they obviously got double that in the second half. 1 for 13 was Cesar Luna on his return for 21 yards, giving Calexico 107 total yards, 7 first downs. They did have the fumble, and that fumble was not only recovered but returned for a touchdown by Ricardo Carvajal, and we had an interception that was also returned for a touchdown by Angel Naves Barca. On the other side of the ledger, we have Centro running the ball 12 times for 101 yards. 11 for 14, Dinero Osuna in the first half only for 216, giving Central 317 total yards, 14 first downs, no fumbles, and 1 interception. Individually, there was 6 different ball players that carried the football on the offensive end for the Spartans tonight. Fernando Morales had 1 carry for 9 yards, and he had a touchdown on the ground and 2 through the air. Also, Dinero Osuna had a sack for a negative 3 yards. Carlos Gomez had 2 carries for 19 yards. Jonathan Medina, 2 carries, 49 yards, one of those being a long touchdown run. Also getting 1 carry for a 3-yard touchdown run was Angel Navas Barca. And in the second half, Joel Sanchez, the only ball carrier for the Spartans, had 5 carries for 24 yards. The receptions were spread out among 5 different ball carriers in the first half, all of them. And first, we had Juan Dominguez getting 4 catches for 74 yards. Fernando Morales, 2 catches, 35 yards, 2 touchdowns. Michael Sullivan had 1 catch for 27 yards. We mentioned on that play he actually left the game, and we hope that he is okay. We'll be able to play next week in the city championship game. Also, getting a reception was Isaiah Navas Barca for 14 yards, and Isaiah Perez had 3 catches for 66 yards and 2 touchdowns, and the other touchdown was the 24-yard fumble recovery and return by the Central Spartan, Ricardo Carvajal. The most important stat is the one on the board that shows Central won this game 58-0.
Yeah, the Central Spartans will wrap up this game, and we will wrap up following a small break.
Bo and his team of employees at Stan's Auto Body are constantly striving on giving you 100% satisfaction on getting your vehicle repaired and fixed right. Stan's Auto Body is grateful from the support that they hear and being rated #1 with CarWise.com. Yes, accidents are disturbing, and Stan's Auto Body is here for you. Stan's Auto Body works with all insurance companies. Give them a call or stop by 1880 West Euclid Avenue in El Centro.
At Tyler Insurance, we're proud to have served Imperial Valley's businesses and families since 1921. Now, as part of Gallagher, we're committed to bringing you the same team and exceptional service with expanded offerings in insurance, risk management, and consulting services. Together, we're dedicated to helping your business and your community face their future with confidence. Visit ajg.com/Tyler to learn more about our new partnership with Gallagher.
Well, that's going to do it for us here in Calexico. The final score of the Central Spartans, 58. The Calexico Bulldogs, 0. For John Driffel, I'm Dylan Nichols. Thank you to Kirk Weber for supplying us with scores from around the valley. Before we head out, this will give you an update. Brawley still leads 23-16 over Imperial in the 4th. Southwest over Palo Verde, 34-30 in the 4th. Vincent at Sweetwater, 2-0 in the 3rd quarter. And the final score was Holtville and Southwest of San Diego, 62-6. Thank you to John Moreno for that halftime interview. I'm Dylan Nichols signing off here in Calexico.
The best oldies on the radio.